Okay. Well, we can generate accuracy measure. We've already done that many times, so I'm gonna let you do it. You have to do the prediction, you use the predict, get the validation predictions, and then use the accuracy from the forecast library to generate. So now let's look at model building, okay, with the cross-validation approach. Okay. Now, we talked about cross-validation in chapter 2, I think, but let me remind you what it is. In cross-validation, so first thing to note in cross-validation is that you're not going to split the data, you're not going to partition the data into train and validation. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to partition the data into a specified number of sets. Okay. Randomly select 5, 8, 10, or whatever. So let's assume that we have partitioned it in this fashion. So how many are there? There are 7 of this, so let's make it 8 even number. So there are 8 sets of data. Okay. So now, number them. Oh, I didn't count. Let's make it 9. Okay. So there are 9 sets here. Now what you do is you have to run the model 9 times. Okay. First time, you take train and validate. So you take the first one, put that in validate, and then 2 to 9 will be trained. So that will be your first iteration. Okay. Then you compute your measure, whatever it may be. So it could be RMSE, root mean square error, in the case of prediction, or in the case of classification, it could be area under the curve, or accuracy, or sensitivity, or any number of accuracy measures that we discussed in chapter 5. Okay? So you can use any one of those as your metric and compute that and put that aside. So this is your metric. And then you put 2 in the validate, and then the rest of it will be your train. Okay? And again, run the model, figure out what the metric value is, put that aside. And then put 3 in the validation set. So then you get 1, 2, 4 to 9. That will become your train. So you're taking one piece at a time. Okay, setting it aside as the validate set, and then you're running the model with the rest of it. So every observation will get a chance to be in the validate set. So this is handy when you don't have a really large data set, which you can use. If you don't have any problem with the number of observations, then you would use the traditional method, train and validate. But this is another approach for creating validate set, and the number of observations is somewhat limited. So that's what cross validation is. And cross validation is part of Caret library. So we already ran Caret library. So that's what we're going to use. Okay. So you have to use this, you have to set up what is called control. So there is what is called train control. Train control. Okay. And you specify there are lots of possibilities that you can, you look at the highlighted area that tells you all the different things that we can set up in the train control. So it defines what kind of modeling or you want done with the data. Okay. And here, what we're going to do is just simply the cross validation, so nothing else, right? So we have method, that is the sampling method, okay, and cross validation is CV. So when you use cross validation as the method, as the sampling method, you have to specify how many sets you want. Okay. You want the data to be split up into 5 groups, or 8, or 9, or 10, or 20. How many groups you want? Okay. So that would be number. Okay. So those groups are called folds. How many folds you want? So if you want 5 folds, that means you're going to split the data into 5 groups and then cycle through those 5. One of the folds being the validate and the rest of them being trained in every cycle. So the number of folds, that's what number is. So let's say that we want 10 folds. Okay. Now you can put this piece of code in the train code itself, or you can save this in a variable and use it. So I'm going to put this in a variable. So let's call it car CV control. Then we run the model, and that again we're going to be using the Caret library, okay, and it has a method called train. And we're going to use that train method. And train method, the first thing, or you have to specify the formula, which is price with all variables. Okay. And then you want data. Now remember, data has to be the entire data set, because your cross validation is going to create, train, and validate with the number of folds that you are specifying. So you have to, don't use train here. Use the entire data set. Okay? And then method, here will linear model, so which is our regular regression. Okay. And then we have TR control. Okay, and the TR control is going to come from car CV CTR. Now we're going to save the output into car reg CV. Okay. Then let's do a summary. Okay. So now we have the result. Okay. So the adjusted R squared 863 and so on. Okay. Now let's look at the output, which is that car.reg.cv. And when you look at that, it gives you all the information. The metric is RMSE, root mean square error, and then it gives you the best tune. So that's your best model. So the final model is specified here. And let's look at, we can do car.red.cv and results. So that gives you the different measures. So we have RMSE, R squared, MAE, and so on. And we can also, let's see what else will be of interest. So here are the predicted values. Best tune. Let's that's oh. So I need to. So the CV method also gives us the same model like what we did previously. Well,